Hi, and welcome to Create, Automate, and Scale podcast. Tune in to this inspirational, straight to the point, relatable content for entrepreneurs to help you mastermind the everyday hassle, give you business tips, networking opportunities, shameless money talks, and scaling secrets. Created to support you, to support coaches and course creators just like you, to help you take action, stop trading dollars for hours, and explode your business. It's time to hit that six-figure and beyond. Let's go!
The secret to selling online. Hey, so happy you're here. Hi, I'm Sophie Riley, and I'm your host. In this episode, we're talking sales. We all have these big ideas. We all have this big vision, this big dream, and we spend countless hours creating content, whether that's for our website, funnels, social media, video content, podcasts, blog, YouTube, short videos. You get the point. We work really hard into creating and perfecting our offer, and when it comes time to sell ourselves, our product, our services, our solution, we either freeze or become awkward as fork. You might even have come out on social media, so created this big post letting everybody know about your business. You're most likely really proud. If you're anything like me, you were extremely nervous at the same time, and very quickly realize that your Facebook friends and family actually do not care all that much that you started a business. I spent years feeling like I spent all of my time into my business and not seeing any results. But when I actually stopped to reflect on the last month, the last year even, and was actually honest with myself, I was able to move forward. What I had to ask myself was, did I really try? Where did I actually spend my time? Did I actually have any conversation? The truth is, I avoided selling like the plague. I had no sales system. I wasn't consistent in selling and in the way I was selling in any way, shape, or form. Sure, from time to time, I was super motivated, had hundreds of conversations, but there was no system. There's no follow-through. There's no follow-up. Finally, after realizing that I was still in the same place in my business, every time a year would pass, I made selling a priority in my business. Now, I don't mean posting on social media. I mean, I actually created a sales system, which in turn created some mental freedom and made me more productive because I didn't have to overthink the process. I didn't have to go on some sort of information vomit every single time somebody asked me about what I did. A business without a sales system is just a hobby. So let's break down a few choices that you can choose from. Those are just some of my top favorite. You need to pick one, you need to be consistent, and you need to master it. Now, as I walk through some choices, keep in mind that what you are selling matters in how you're going to sell. First, we have the sales calls. It's the most basic level. The sales calls is a conversation between you and a prospect about the purchase of your product or services. Now, there's two types of sales calls. The first one is when somebody contacts you directly, wants to know more about your offer. For example, I used to get weekly emails saying, hey, I need somebody to help me with the summit, and so gave me your name. We would set up a Zoom chat, and I would literally just walk them through how I can help them. The second one is when you offer your ideal client some help. And after you've helped them, you'll let them know how you can work together. So for example, I could offer you a business audit and let you know exactly where you need to concentrate your time and what you need to do right now to move your business forward. If you take me up on it, we hop on a Zoom call, and after your business audit, and after I give you some actual help, I simply let you know how we can work together and how I can help you solve that problem. Now, the second sales system I really, really like is a webinar. Webinars are definitely some of my favorites. You can use them to sell both low and high ticket offers. They generally run 60 to 90 minutes. The format consists of introducing you and your brand, giving value, and then making an offer towards the end. If you execute them right, they work. You need to ensure that you have a great funnel set up and actually get people to attend. But now don't worry, because next week is all about growing an audience, which is my area of expertise. So definitely do not miss this episode. Now, if you were to ask me which one I like between a sales call and a webinar, it is such a hard question. If you're looking at making money right now, low tech, and nothing else, go with the sales calls. The conversion is you need to book 10 sales calls to ensure you book one client. So knowing how many clients you need to book right now, go ahead and start booking some sales calls. Sales calls are amazing, especially if you work one-on-one with client. It gives you an opportunity to interact to see if you match. But a webinar, you talk to more people at the same time, which in turn is productive. And I would have to say that for me and for my business, the webinar takes the lead. Third is a challenge. So I'm sure you've been part of challenges before. A challenge is something you run over a specific length of time, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 10 days. And towards the end of your challenge, you introduce the offer. You spend those days providing value and introducing people to you and your brand. Then the offer would be an extended version of the freebie that you're offering. Fourth is a video series. This can be live or recorded. There's many ways to run a video series. You'd decide on the length. So how many videos do you want to give over how many days? You frame the offer from the beginning, giving value and then selling on the final video. Now let's finish this off with some stats. If you have a high touch sales system, such as sales calls, multiply the amount of client that you want by 10. This is the number of sales calls you need to make in order to crush your goal. If you have a low touch sales system, such as a funnel, you need to multiply by 30. You need 30 times the amount of people to see your offer in your funnel in order to crush that goal. Now, if you've kept up with all of this series over the 5-1 method, you now have your one target market, your one product, one solution, and you now have your one way to sell. It's really, really, really important that you master these before you move on. Now, if you love what you're hearing here on this podcast, make sure you follow Create, Automate, and Scale on your favorite listening platform and leave me a review. I'd love to hear all your thoughts and questions. Be sure to tune in next week as we talk traffic. Traffic is the #1 reason entrepreneurs quit. I don't want it to be you, and growing an audience is sort of my specialty, so you won't want to miss this. Make sure to check the show notes for special gifts to help you create, automate, and scale. See you next week, same time, same place.